The Houston Texans travel to Cleveland to face the Browns on Sunday. Cleveland a 3.5-point favorite on BETDAQ, 41 the total in this game. Now the Browns are 6-3, 5-2-2 against the number. I'll be the first to admit I have underestimated this team all season. The Browns are just better than I've given them credit for. Top half of the league, just about every major offensive statistic. Their defense sixth in points allowed. This team is getting it done on both sides of the ball. They're conservative. They're definitely not flashy. And I think that game against Jacksonville a few weeks ago when they lost 24-6, that was Jacksonville's only win of the season. I think that threw me off a little bit. Probably did the same thing for several other bettors. But I picked against the Browns last week on the road in Cincinnati. And what happened? They went out and beat the Bengals 24-3. All that being said, I think this is a tough matchup for them on Sunday against the Houston Texans. Now, Houston is a team who hasn't been playing their best football. They've lost 4 of 5. However, they're coming off a bye. They made a change at quarterback. Ryan Fitzpatrick wasn't really producing, at least not producing at an adequate level. The Texans were 28th in the NFL in pass yards per game, so they're going to strong-armed Ryan Mallett. But what the Texans like to do offensively is run the football. 4th in the NFL in rushing offense. They're averaging nearly 140 yards per game on the ground. And the Browns' major weakness on defense is stopping the run. They have been unable to stop opposing rushing attacks this season. Cleveland, 28th in the NFL in rushing defense. Just 4 teams allowing more rush yards per game than the Browns. And really, that's the only hole in this Cleveland defense. As we mentioned, they are 6th in the NFL in points allowed. They're good in the secondary. I don't expect Ryan Mallett to throw too often or with too much success in this game. But I do think Texans running back Arian Foster is going to have a big day. And because this line is 3.5, I think this is going to be a tight, low-scoring game. Now, of course, I'm not going out on any limb saying that. We see a total like 41. Everybody expects this to be a low-scoring game. But this feels like a tight, nip-and-tuck, low-scoring game to me. I think the Texans are going to be able to run the football. And Houston pretty good on defense as well, especially up front. The Texans 11th in points allowed. Their major weakness on defense is in the secondary. They're 29th against the pass. Only 3 teams allowing more pass yards than the Texans this season. But Cleveland, very conservative on offense. Brian Hoyer does not throw the ball downfield too often. Josh Gordon still going to miss 2 more games. He'll be back in the lineup. We'll see if Cleveland gets a little bit more aggressive offensively when Gordon returns. As of now, though, not sure they're well equipped to attack this Houston secondary, which, as we said, is the Texans' main weakness on defense. So I think this is a good matchup for Houston. This feels like the type of game where the points might come in handy. Again, Cleveland a 3.5-point favorite. So my recommendation here is Houston plus 3.5.